Something that I have experienced with myself is kind of age discrimination.
Mm-hmm.
So a while ago, I had a manager who was a bit older than me, who had heaps of industry experience, but seemed a little bit kind of stuck in their ways. It was very kind of, we're going to do it this way because this is the way that we've always done it. And when I tried to challenge that, I was often met with things like, well, you've not been doing this as long as me, or, do your time and then give me the advice. So I wanted to ask you, as a very, very impressive, but also younger leader, is that something that you've ever experienced, and how would you deal with that?
Yes, great question. And I actually want to combine it with being a woman too. And I'll tell you firstly something I've heard from Leila Hormozi, who's a female founder of like $1 million company, CEO of acquisition.com. Because a lot of women and a lot of younger women come to me and say the same, like, hey, they don't listen to me because I'm young, or hey, I spoke to that investor and they didn't even think I can do it, all of that. And I've also said this to myself many times, especially when I started Dextego. And I also realized that it's kind of our default excuse to ourselves when something goes wrong. But what might simply be happening behind the scenes is just a skills gap. And it is again a characteristic of Gen Z. We want everything and we want it now, and there's no patience, and we don't want to be like our parents, like 10 years waiting for a promotion and a lateral path. And unfortunately, social media has not helped because we see these sudden, successes from like even like artists, and it really is kind of distorting the reality because you need a lot of years of experience to be an expert with something. You do need to go through difficult situations to get to the success. And so sometimes, us saying, hey, they didn't respect me because of this and that. Do you really know that for a fact? Like, have they told you, hey, I don't respect you because you're a young person? If not, then it's just an assumption. And that assumption can literally just be a projection of what you're thinking in your head as your personal insecurity that you're young in a room of older people that are much more experienced and are showing up or have just a stronger personality. They're more extroverted than you. So I'm not disregarding the fact that it can clearly just be age discrimination, but also know that sometimes we make it bigger in our heads than it is. And it can simply be that we haven't won their respect because we don't have enough to show. Because yes, our ideas and what's happening in our head might be awesome, but if you don't have that proof, unfortunately, today, proof is everything. And that proof comes either from social proof, like you get others to talk to them about how great you are, or you have a resume or skills that have gotten you somewhere and they can see that you did this before, so you can do it again with them. And so yeah, my experience has told me that it is 10 times harder when you're younger and a female to get that respect, but it's not impossible. And you win it by showing up, by taking the step, and by again being transparent, as you said, that hey, I might have not done this before, but for this and that reason, I believe I can do it, and that's what I've done so far. So, do you want to be part of this? Do you want to help? Do you want to be a mentor? Do you want to be a partner? But don't show up as, hey, I know everything and I'm better than you, so you better respect me even if I'm young, right? It's, I think, the way we portray, and again, like just checking in with ourselves that, hey, do we know for a fact that this is happening? If it is, then absolutely, I think you should speak up, whether it's your boss or your colleague, or straight up to the person who did that discrimination and tell them, hey, that's not okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's a really refreshing way of thinking about it, because you're right, like there's clearly discrimination exists out there. We're not denying that, but what I'm hearing from what you're saying then is that it's kind of that imposter syndrome
Yes.
niggle that's coming in, right? But making sure that you're finding that balance between the confidence, like, hey, I'm here because I have
Yeah.
great ideas, or, you know, I'm really creative, and understanding what your strengths are. It might not be your experience, but you have strengths in other areas that you can kind of push forwards to those people to help kind of get that respect from them.
Hey, if you're getting value from today's conversation, make sure you subscribe right now so you don't miss any future episodes of the Aspire to Inspire podcast.